Hi, everyone. It's great to meet you all. So my name is Juan. We both hail from Spain. It's a different name to pronounce. And this is my brother and co-founder, Javier. And at Tradeshop, we discover trading talent. So discovering trading talent, why is that even meaningful? Well, the answer is the internet. You see, before the internet, to bet on what Apple was going to do, say, 3 hours from now, you essentially had to work for a financial institution. Today, if that's what you like, all you need to do is grab your mobile phone and bet on what Apple is going to do in the next few hours. Now, we think this has the potential to revolutionize the financial markets because there's 1,000 amateurs for every guy trading at Wall Street. Not only that, they're growing faster than you can count them. Now, accessing the market is one thing. Succeeding is quite another, because once you're up in the market, you're up against Goldman Sachs. So regardless of how much talent you have, if you don't have the commitment and a guiding hand to let you know what skills you should be acquiring to eventually make it, it's really hard to get there. Now, this is a problem for brokers as well, not only for traders, because if users don't feel like they're making any progress, eventually they get discouraged and quit. Now, not only this is lost opportunity, it's also lost talent, and it's lost money. It's very expensive to get one of these traders to actually trade with you. So, with that in mind, we're going to show you what we can do for a trader called Retail Promise. Retail Promise is a college student, and he loves trading more than anything. In fact, he loves it so much, that's what he wants to do full time. But he has a problem. He's only got $10,000, and even if he actually manages to make very good returns, last year, for instance, he made 40%, as we'll see, he knows it's impossible to make a living on 40% on $10,000. $4,000 is not enough to get by. So with that in mind, let's see what we can offer him. So what you see here is an interactive visualization showing every single trade he's ever taken. From left to right, you can see the timeline. And you can see the evolution of his balance at every point in time, minute by minute. The green line is showing you the risk that he took at all times. At times he took little risk. At other times, as you can see bumps, he took more risk. The next one is showing the number of trades he was taking at any point in time. And all along on the left-hand side, you have a visor showing every detail you want to take. So for instance, if he wanted to look into this particular bump he had at some point, we could zoom into it, have a look at the particular details, and further down, if we wanted, we could see each and every trade that was part of that operation, which will allow him to learn going forward. Now, since all these trades are logged automatically by his broker, this is actually a certification. Later on, there's no one that can claim that he falsified these numbers because it was actually the broker that filed them here. Okay? So eventually, once he gets to be very good, he could apply to Goldman Sachs with his track record. For the time being, he's got everything logged in there to learn from his experience. So next comes the one thing that we have been working for the last 2 years at Tradeslide. We have scanned thousands of track records for retail traders, and we have looked for the skills that successful retail traders show. Okay? We have patented a bunch of algorithms in that process, and we have put each of those algorithms in one of these badges that you can see here. Okay, so for each of these badges, we have analyzed millions of data points to conclude one thing, and that is to benchmark our friend Retail Promise against the maximum skill displayed by retail traders that we know. And we have turned this whole thing into a game. The game is about becoming an investable trader. An investable trader is a trader that has a magenta badge for each of these skills. Now, as you can see, Retail Promise doesn't have a magenta badge for these skills, so he has his work cut out for him. All he needs to do is focus on improving these skills, and eventually he will get there. Now, obviously, we can give him a lot of help in the process, so we can, for instance, check what the EX badge means, and open up a contextual help system that's going to tell him exactly why this matters, and how he can improve in it. But we can even do more than that. We could even open up this contextual help. And here we have a crowdsourced Investopedia in which traders like him are sharing their experiences on progressing in this particular badge for everyone's benefit. For his, because he can build up a reputation by being someone who helps traders, and for the other guys who can track people with a verified track record and learn from them. Okay? So what else can we do? For each of these badges, we're telling you exactly what you're doing wrong. So for each of these badges, we have a chart that's telling you how it should like in the help and how it looks. For instance, we could check the risk stability badge, which is, as you remember, in yellow color, which means they've got the worst level in this particular one. The problem with the retail promise has here is he can't manage risk. As you can see, maximum and minimum risk are pretty far from each other, and no one is really going to invest with you until you fix that. So, well, retail promise is not alone in this world. There are other people who already have gone through this road. So one thing he could do could be go to our leaderboard and check what the top guys there are doing. So for instance, we have here Freelance Master, and Freelance Master, where he had a retail promise at a score of 20, has a score of 78. Not only that, we can see that he's got magenta in each and every one of the badges. In other words, not only is Freelance Master achieving great results, he's also proving skill all the way all along the way. Okay. So let's recap. What have we done here? How did we help a retail promise? We gave him a trading journal, allowing him to learn from his mistakes. We've given him a roadmap to become a good trader, all dressed up in a competition for skill. And at every point in time, we give him a diagnostic telling him exactly what he's doing wrong and what he needs to improve on. Not only that, we also give him examples to follow. So how did we help his broker? Well, we offered him a way to engage customers long term. We offered him an automated diagnostic for each and every customer. And we offer him a valuable tool to tailor the training contents that he produces to the needs of all his customer base. So how can we help each of you? Well, you probably noticed that some of these guys have a lot of potential. And one thing we've done is we've shown you a way to find investable traders without knowing anything whatsoever about trading. If you want to find someone who's worth your money, all you need to know is that there's a leaderboard out there and the top guy at this thing is patented, it's proven by a patent algorithm to be investable. So if you want to hear more about what we just said, we'll be out there at our booth and look forward to speaking to all of you. Thank you very much. This was Tradeslide.